Hello everybody, today we are going to be moving on into our sixth and last lesson of our ratios and proportions unit. So today we're going to be talking about how to solve problems with ratios, rates, and proportionality. So basically what we're going to be doing today is taking everything we've learned about ratios, rates, and proportions and use that to help us solve some real world problems. So let's get into a few examples. Remember, you can use your calculator during this entire topic. Just a reminder, make sure that you're showing anything that you're putting in the calculator, you are showing on your piece of paper or on Desmos, whatever activity you're doing, make sure you're still showing whatever you're putting into the calculator for your work shown. So example 1, the ratio of collectible cards Deshawn owns to cards that Stephanie owns is 5-2. So what this is saying is that Deshawn has 5 cards for every 2 cards that Stephanie has. Okay. So now it's saying Stephanie has 36 cards. I'm actually going to make a little table here to help us. So now Stephanie has 36 cards. How will the ratio of Deshawn's cards to Stephanie's cards change if they both sell half of their cards? So first things first, I want to figure out, it's telling me that Stephanie had 2 cards and now she has 36. So using that information, we want to see when Stephanie has 36 cards, how many does Deshawn have? So remember, to do that, we want to see how are we getting from, that's a highlighter. How are we getting from 2 to 36? So to do that, I'm going to divide. I'm going to do 36 divided by 2. So this is telling me I'm multiplying by 18 here. Remember, with ratios, whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. So I'm also going to multiply by 18 up here to Deshawn. So that means I need to do 5 times 18. So what this is saying is that when Stephanie has 36 cards, Deshawn has 90. Now we can finish the problem because now it's asking us, well, what if they both sell half of their cards? So if they sell half, that means they're cutting it in half or dividing by 2. So half of 36 and half of 90. Again, you can divide if you're not sure what this would be. 36 divided by 2, which we just kind of did, 18. And then 90 divided by 2 is 45. So this means that if they're selling half their cards, Deshawn has 45 and Stephanie would have 18. Now, what I want you guys to tell me, is this proportional? Is this table proportional? So to figure out if it's proportional, what would we do here? We would do 5 divided by 2, which is 2.5. We would do 90 divided by 36, which is also 2.5. We would do 45 divided by 18, which is 2.5. So yes, this is proportional. And we could write this equation as y equals 2.5x. What this is saying is whatever we are constantly multiplying, our constant here is 2.5. That is the equation we want to use for proportionality there. All right, example 2. Martin is 6 years old when his sister Cassandra is 3 years old. How old will Martin be when Cassandra is 6? So to do this, I want to set up a table again. So Martin and Cassandra. Martin is 6 years old when Cassandra is 3 years old. And now it's asking, I actually probably don't need the end of this table here. Oops. Now it's saying, what if Cassandra is 6 years old? How old will Martin be? So 3 to 6, we multiply by 2, same to the top. 6 times 2 is 12. So Martin would be 12 years old. Example 3. A video streaming service charged Brian $143.84 for a full year of access. Brian thinks he was not charged the correct amount. What should Brian say when he calls customer service? So first, this little image is showing us that it is $8.99 a month, and he's doing a full year. So first, we need to figure out how many months are in a year. So 1 year, hopefully we know there are 12 months. I'm going to abbreviate there. So to figure this out, I'm going to be multiplying how much he's being charged, $8.99, for every single month that he is using the service, which is 1 full year, so 12 months. I'm going to go ahead and multiply this and see how much I'm paying, or how much Brian is paying for the whole year. So if he's being charged $8.99 every month for 12 months, he's actually only paying $170.88. But the company charged him $143. So what he should say when he calls is that he was overcharged, because he should only be charged for 12 months, which would be $107.88. All right, our last one, Jasmine is ordering 3 new uniforms for work online, and those 3 uniforms cost $83.97. So we always do, we're going to have cost to how many uniforms we have, which is 3. The company charges a flat fee of $15 for shipping and handling. Write an equation that relates the total cost. So we have our total cost, which is going to be Y, to the number of total cost of the order and the number of uniforms. So first, we know that they're paying $83 for 3 uniforms. We need to figure out how much they're paying for unit rate just for 1 uniform. So again, unit rate, we would just divide. So we have 83.97 divided by 3. So this means for 1 uniform, they're paying $27.99. So how I can write this out, because 1 uniform, we're really not sure how many uniforms total she is going to want at any point in time. So what I'm going to say is, well, 1 uniform costs $27.99. I'm going to multiply this by X, which is going to represent my number of uniforms. But it's kind of unknown because we're not really sure how many she wants. And then additionally, I can't forget about this flat fee of $15. So this is tacked on to my entire cost. So what I want to do is just add on $15. So this is the equation that Jasmine could use to figure out, well, what if she has 8 uniforms? What if she has 9 uniforms? What if she wants to buy 35? This is the equation she would use, because it would multiply our unit price by how many uniforms there actually are, and it would include that $15 shipping rate. Now, looking at this equation, the last question I have for you guys today is, looking at this equation right here, does this equation represent a proportional relationship? Does this represent a proportional relationship? So my answer is no. Reason being, because there's this plus 15 tacked on. Whenever we see proportionality, it has to be y equals k times x, where k is our constant. So in this case, if the equation was just y equals 27.99 times x, this could be proportional, but because we have this plus 15 tacked on, it is not proportional.